the initial phase of this Israeli attack on Iran's nuclear facilities and senior leadership has been extremely impressive. And obviously, they completely fooled the Iranians and caught them with their pants down. I think that it should be understood that what Israel is doing, which is preventing a nuclear Iran, is what American presidents for about 30 years from both sides of the aisle have vowed that they would do if necessary. But the Israelis are doing it. Now, obviously, a nuclear Iran poses existential threat to Israel. But as Steve Witkoff, senior U.S. official, just said the other night, it also poses existential threat to the United States. So I think what Israel is doing, and basically is doing it alone, based on what we know so far, is not only very impressive and gives lie to the many critics who said the Israelis didn't have the capability, they won't do this, the time has passed, Netanyahu doesn't have the guts. I think what the Israelis have done so far is really, they're not only doing things, obviously this attack is for their own interest, but it immensely benefits the United States. Essentially, they're doing our work for us. We should be doing this also because this impacts us, as every president, for 30 years has said about a nuclear Iran. And I think given that what Israel is doing and really changing the map of the Middle East, and also to the benefit of our Arab allies in the region. That said, I think so far, at this moment in time, it's disappointing that the Trump administration is not doing more. Right now, it seems like, based on reports, their main contribution was to act as a decoy to help fool the Iranians. But we're the United States. A nuclear Iran, as Steve Witkoff said, poses existential threat to us also. So I think it's important, and I hope we see this soon, a shift by the administration from where Secretary Rubio said this is a unilateral Israeli activity to basically more embracing the Israelis and say we stand by Israel. And I'd like to see them helping Israel, the United States helping Israel a little bit, even with refueling, things that also show that we stand by Israel. Because if we don't stand by Israel on this, which is so critical both to us and the Israelis, it sends an awful signal to our adversaries, such as the Chinese and the Russians, that we're not going to act as necessary to defend our interests. I think, secondly, what I want to see from the administration, they need to make clear to the Iranians, maybe they've done it privately, I don't know, but certainly not publicly, but they need to communicate this to the Iranians, that they cannot escalate in any retaliation, and that if they try to do so in the region and regionalize this conflict by attacking our forces or attacking our allies or severely retaliating against Israel, I think we have to make it clear to Tehran that if they do something like this, we're going to retaliate in a way that could really threaten the viability of the regime. It's in our interest and the Israeli interest that this remains a military operation and doesn't escalate into a regional war.